one of the things that we talk about in virtual global teams is obviously how do you form a relationship with a person that you haven't even seen. Okay, I call it the who's going to share my birthday cake syndrome. You've arrived at work, it's your birthday, you've brought a cake, but your team is scattered all over the world. Okay, so one of the first things that we need to do is to teach people how to build better relationships, trust, etc. A couple of the examples that we give to people is, I say to people, have you ever seen the people that you work with abroad? Most of the time they say no, you know, we work with them, we haven't met them face to face, breathing the same air, I call it. So I say, well, how do you trust them if you don't even know what they look like? And then I tell them the following story of an Israeli guy who told me he was working with a guy in Dallas for 8 months before he actually met him. And he had built in his head this stereotype of a guy who lives in Dallas, okay? He imagined him as tall, blonde, ex-Marine, macho kind of a guy, okay? And that's how he treated him. He met him after 8 months. The guy was Chinese, okay? He was American, he had been born in America, but he was a Chinese American, had a perfect accent, and the Israeli guy had been treating him like an ex-Marine cowboy. So one of the first things that we ask people to do is get to know what the other person looks like. All research shows that the minute you see the face of another human being, you have a different attitude entirely. So they say, well, we can't ask them for photos, okay? And I say, no, guys, you've got all those wonderful new technological things that we don't understand anything about, okay? Take a picture of the team, your team, ask them to take a photo of their team, put it up on Facebook, your whiteboard, whatever it is that you want to do, and underneath, tell us who's who in the zoo, okay? Or what's what in the pot. So the next time you speak to Manoj in India, you actually know what Manoj looks like. It has a totally different effect. So just one of the tips of building relationships.